Just met Lestwins, y'all. I don't know if you can see me. Oh my gosh, I just met Lestwins. I said I got a pretty face, and you know, like make an aggressive face, like just like that, and when I did it, he turned around. He was like, "You have a beautiful face." I was like, I always wanted to be a YouTuber, a content creator, a dancer. It's a real baddie. Welcome and welcome back to my channel, Baddie Group. Hey, what did you do? So these are the ones that I picked. Like, I'm trying to get out my shell because I know with the hip hop dancing, like I'm gonna be moving. So I've been choosing these pants. Alright y'all, so it is Twins Day. Okay, so coincidentally I got a Miami shirt. Okay, thought that was pretty convenient. So I am ready. Rare moments of me wearing sneakers. Like, I don't wear sneakers. So yes, I'm getting out my shell because I realized I haven't even like been dancing hip hop like that, y'all. So I've been dancing hip hop ever since I was a kid, like consistently. I wasn't always dancing to, you know, the music I dance to now. So this is me. This is the journey of me being versatile. So that's why I named these vlogs like Dance Diaries. I just want to really capture these moments. So y'all like my hair? Sometimes I like to do this 90s look because the curls were not giving. They were not giving, y'all. Like, they were not giving today. I'm like, so yeah, I'm gonna take you guys with me. I'm rambling. My happy self, I was so happy that I didn't even ice my water bottles. So they're gonna be room temperature. I hope they don't have like a policy on bags because that's gonna be like horrible. But my bag isn't too big. It's like this small. So I'm gonna take you guys with me. All right, y'all, so I'm protecting the edges while I drive. So it is so hot. I'm over here just wearing my undershirt under here, but I am on the highway. I'm gonna talk to y'all when I get there. Yeah, I'm so happy. So y'all, this is episode 2, by the way, of Dance Diaries. So I'm gonna talk to y'all when I get there. We got like an hour to go. Yeah, let's get it.
So come share my world. Oh.
Y'all, so I safely made it to Miami. I thank the Lord. He has watched me. Oh, he has watched me on this journey because y'all, the traffic is crazy in Miami. just met Lestwins. I just met Lestwins, y'all. I don't know if you can see me. Oh my gosh. I just met Lestwins. Lo said I got a pretty face.
How can I help you?
Yeah, can I have the caramel medium frozen coffee?
Oh yeah, sorry. Did you get closer?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Can I get that with 2 pumps of butter pecan?
2 extra butter pecan?
Yes.
Caramel?
Yes, caramel drizzle. Whipped cream as well.
So a medium frozen caramel butter pecan coffee with whipped cream.
Yes.
Interesting. Anything else?
And 1 glazed donut.
Okay.
That's all.
Alright, your total is $6.77.
Alright. Motherfucker act like he can hear me. Oh. Hello. I understand. Look at that. Medium drink. Got it for the free. Y'all, I got it for the free, y'all. Y'all need to use your rewards. Everything's alright. Nope, ain't my mind. Look at this coffee, y'all. I'm low-key probably not even gonna finish this. But the fact that I got it for free, I love free stuff. Alright. Taste test. Ooh. Oh, I forgot to tell them to add dang it, brown sugar. Dang, I know I was forgetting something. Let's get into the story time. So I got my notes right here, y'all. Right here, because I have been prepared. Okay, so y'all already seen how just a disclaimer, I was not allowed to get as much clips as I wanted to, because they were very keen on, they're very, very like strict on being there to dance. You know, they didn't want anybody recording, and then like say if someone didn't want them to be recorded, I think you can like get into legal trouble like that. So I remember they did say that on the ticket, because one girl that I met, you know, they told her to put her phone away, or like if you're gonna have your phone out, don't be recording people. And I seen that on the ticket prior to me going, and that did make me hesitate, because I'm like, oh my gosh, you know, I want to record my content. But then someone made me remember, like, hey, you're going there as a dancer, you know, the content creating is coming after. So yeah, I didn't get as much clips, you know, but I do have a story time for y'all. So let's talk about it. So they told us to go an hour early. The workshop started at 5 o'clock, and they were going to do the meet and greet at 4. And then if you wanted to go to the after party, it was going to be like whenever the workshop finished. So I'm guessing the after party started like 9 o'clock, right? Oh my gosh. So I kid y'all not, I left my house at 1:55. I was trying to make sure I was getting on time. 1:55, I got gas. Gas station was right next to my house, so I was on the road, like on the highway for real, like 201, 202 specifically. And I'm cruising, you know, I'm not trying to like speed, because I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get there. I live 1 hour and exactly 47 minutes away. So when you round it up, it's 2 hours. But I knew it wasn't gonna be too much, because 5 o'clock traffic don't start till literally like what, 5 o'clock, 5:30. So I'm thinking I'm doing good. And mind you, people thought I was being extra for leaving that early. Y'all, I actually was gonna leave earlier, but I'm like, you know what, let's just leave around this time, right? So y'all, everything is going by real smooth. And then as soon as I get around Deerfield for my Floridians, as soon as I get around Deerfield or Pompano, my phone is alerting me that I'm gonna get stuck in traffic. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna get stuck in traffic. So I'm panicking. I'm like, oh my god, because around by that time it was like 3:13, so I was already driving for an hour, and GPS is telling me I'm gonna get there at 4 something. I'm like, what? The math ain't mathing. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. So I'm getting nervous because they say you got to get there at like 4 o'clock. So I'm like, oh my gosh, because I paid for the meet and greet too. I'm like, no, I want my pictures. I want my pictures. So I'm panicking and I'm calling my cousin. He's from the area. And I'm like, cuz if I get off 95 and I drive through the neighborhoods, am I going to make it? He was like, nope, that's actually going to take longer. He's like, that's going to take longer. So I'm like, okay. So I'm just cruising. I'm driving. He's like, bro, you gonna be okay. And he was right. When I finally got to Miami, and mind you, it was pouring. Actually, no, it wasn't pouring. It was raining, but it had heavy wind, which is like so annoying because it makes the, glass fog up and stuff. I'm playing around the AC trying to make it go away. But eventually I was good. Thank goodness I was like trying to see who was going to the same place as me, because the way that the dance studio was set up, it's like the road was right here, sidewalk, and the doors was here, and I'm like looking for the parking. So thank goodness I had cars in front of me, right? And they were looking slow too, like cars was honking. And I'm like, let me follow the car. So the car, it went around the building. Duh. Like I was being so slow because, I was anxious. And I went right around the building. And then I seen graffiti on the wall. So it looked like an artsy building, right? Dance studio, stereotypical building. And then I parked. And I'm like, oh my God, is this it? And because it's raining and, like my hair was straightened and it was puffing up. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna look like a mess. And then finally, I'm like, okay, I pull out the friendliness in me. I seen a lady parked in her car. She looked very nice. And she was with her son. Like, I put out my window. I'm like, ooh, excuse me, ma'am. Is this the dance studio? She was like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, Lestwins? She's like, yeah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. So I hurry up. I seen her walking out her car. I'm like, Mildred, hurry up, hurry up. So I'm like packing my stuff. I put my camera in, I packed it up in the bag and I put it away because I just knew they was gonna tell me to put my camera away. And my cousin was like, oh, you're gonna be too scared to vlog. I'm like, too scared? They're not gonna let me vlog because I already known they were like kind of strict on that. So I had my mini book bag, like y'all saw. I put my wallet in there because I know I'm gonna need my wallet, my keys, my phone, and I had grabbed my jean jacket because it was raining, right? And I was trying to cover my hair. Y'all see how it's straight? It was not straight, okay? It was not straight no more. Y'all seen. And yeah, I had 3 water bottles in my bag. I was prepared, everything, right? So I'm like, boom, lock my car. I'm following her, and I lost her. I don't know how. She was walking so fast, and then I just used common sense. I just kept walking straight, curved around the building, and then she was holding the door open for me, and she was like, oh yeah, there you go. I was like, yeah, I'm here. It was so funny. We were all so excited. And then, when I came into the building, everybody was like, yo, it's so crazy how I was kind of like afraid to go by myself in the beginning. There literally was people by themselves. Like there was just only a few like pairs and families, but I would say there was out of like 55 people, maybe 20 of them was by themselves, 25, like literally. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, see, I was afraid to go by myself in the beginning. And I'm just like, look at that here. Like I almost let fear. If I would have let the fear of being by myself get to me, I would have been home with no content. So everybody's waiting on the twins. Like everybody's like, they're here. And they're like, no, they coming.
So finally, like 25 minutes passed by and I had to stand because all the seats were took. There wasn't even that much seats. There was just like 2 couches and everybody was already sitting there. There was like a little spot available, but it was like very, very tiny. And I'm like, let me just stand, right? So yeah, this, I think maybe their manager or whatever comes in and she has on a twin shirt. When I tell you, you know, everybody in the room, we were kind of like mellow, but when she came in with the twins, y'all know the logo, twins, in cursive? Yo, everybody energy shifted. Like, we were just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, they're here. We were like, they're here, they're here. Like, my energy shifted. I was like, you know, my body language, I started standing up straight. I'm like, okay, they here. So, it's pretty naive to think they just gonna bust in through the doors, right? No. Of course, you know, she was checking to see if we're actually, you know, if we paid or if we didn't pay, are we gonna pay at the door? Yeah, after you got the wristbands, you had to go back into the studio. So we're like literally back and forth, back and forth. We went back into the studio and we had to get in line. And I was like kind of towards the back of the line, the way that they had the line set up. And me and 2 girls, we're just chopping it up, you know, just talking. Pretty much majority of the people that were there, they're regulars. Okay, I'm talking about they know everything that's gonna happen, everything they gonna say. Me, I just knew that they were gonna do certain things because of the videos I watched. Like, I studied everything. I'm like, okay, you know, this is what I am gonna expect. This is what, you know, this is how I should act, blah, blah, blah. This is what I should wear. Like, the outfit that I had on was the perfect outfit. Oh my gosh. If you're gonna go to a Lestwins workshop, don't wear shorts. Because you're gonna keep fixing yourself. Don't wear tights. You're gonna keep fixing yourself. Don't wear tight fitting clothes, period, to hip hop class. But for them, oh no, baby, like, you're wearing shorts, no shorts, no tights, don't recommend it. No crop top. If you're gonna have like how I had my shirt tied up, that was perfect. But anyways, let's get into the meet and greet. Oh my gosh, yeah, literally waiting in a line to go take pictures with Lestwins, that was one of the most anxious things ever. Like when I tell y'all, my anxiety was up. Like, I was like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Because when you're in the back of the line, you know, you just talking, everything's cool. But when the line when you start getting closer and closer, I'm like, my heart was like, boom, 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 boom. I'll tell you, me and the girl, we're like, ooh, because we were like, you know, mellow. And then as we were getting closer, we started smiling and cheesing. I was wiping my camera. I'm like, I'm fixing my shirt. I'm checking to see if lip gloss everywhere. Listen, I was ready, okay? Oh my gosh. Then finally, when you cut the corner, then I seen their cornrows. I seen the cornrows with the silver weave in there. Oh my gosh. I was like, oh my gosh, y'all. When I tell you, I felt so awkward. Like, everybody did. Like, we didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do with our hands, what to do. We were just like standing there and they're just sitting down there and their legs is like all across the floor. Like, they are some tall brothers. What? And very handsome, very wholesome. So finally, it's my turn. They had the managers, you give them your phone. Either you want them to hold it this way or that way. I definitely meant this way. Okay, she had snapped 5 photos of me. So when I met them, y'all, I felt so tongue-tied. Because it's like, yo, I really didn't know what to say. And I was just like, they're looking at me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm trying so hard not to fangirl, like, big fan. And Larry, he was just like, he basically told me, like, it's okay. That's why his hand was on my knee, y'all, because he was telling me it's okay. He was just like, that's how I know, like, y'all the realest. Like, it's okay. You know, you paid for this. You deserve this. Like, this is your time. You came out here and everything. He was, like, really assuring me it's okay. That's why in some of the clips, he was basically telling me, like, it's okay. It's okay. You know, he was assuring me. And that really, really made me feel better because I'm like, I feel heard. I felt so heard, honestly. And someone from a a status like that, like I was so caught off guard in a good way. I was caught off guard because I'm like, yo, he actually like heard me and listened to what I had to say. I didn't expect that. I thought we were just gonna like take pictures because, you know, they got things to do. But, you know, he actually was listening to me, and I was like, what? He actually heard me? I was so caught off guard. That's why, like, in one of the pictures, I'm like, you know, I'm listening to him, and he's just like, you know, he got his head turned. He's like, he's talking to me. I'm like, oh, I really love that. I did not expect it. They actually remember people, so I know he gonna remember me. He gonna remember the girl that was that was saying she not trying to fear, girl. Like, I really love that. I thought that was so beautiful for him to do, honestly. Like, when I think about it now, and at first I felt like a little awkward, but he told me it's okay. I was like, if Larry said it's okay, it's okay. The workshop, let's get into the workshop. Oh my gosh, the workshop. Like I said, I feel sorry for the people who had short time because I know they went through it. Even Lo, I'm gonna say Lo because, you know, saying his name with the French accent is gonna take me forever. But even Lo, he had changed into his sweatpants because he had shorts on as well. He's like, we gonna be ready to work. So we started off with stretches, and their stretches were pretty good, you know, extending the left arm, right arm, going like that, you know, the neck, bending down, right? Normal. The running exercise. So I seen that they do that in workshops. Even Lo, he has a TikTok of him running in place. And the way that they do it, y'all, it was so different and just so empowering. Let me explain, y'all. So they didn't just tell us to run in place they didn't tell us to just run in place for a minute and then that's it. No. They had put on some motivating instrumental music, right? It was like so motivating, so powerful. And the way that they do it, it's like Larry observes and he sees who's actually, you know, doing the exercise, you know, running. And Lo, he is the one that's, oof. Yeah, I'm sorry. It was just basically while we were running in place. So he's shouting. I didn't even know their voice could get this loud. Look, so he's saying like, forget all the trauma you went through. Forget all the past relationships. Envision. He was like, I want you guys to envision the life that you want. I want you to like, he was basically telling us like to really envision it, you know, close our eyes and we're running and we're running. And I'm like, it was low-key like a spiritual thing that we did. And when I think about it, and he tell us to just keep running, just forget about all the things you went through, all that stuff. He was like, don't let that hold you back. Forget about fear. He was like, in order for you to dance, you got to tap into like your mind, because he was like, if your mindset isn't driven and if you aren't trying to thrive right here, you know, you can't dance. And like, I felt every word he was saying, because I'm not gonna say like it's like too much that he was saying, but basically just know that he was saying a lot of stuff that hit you hard. And a lot of these stuff that we go through, I think sometimes we forget that other people go through the same thing. So when he just kept repeating stuff, like especially when he said like the relationships and the trauma, oh my gosh. And imagine like y'all running, you're running into place. It's like you're running, and then you're just envisioning the life that you want. It was so deep. It was very, very deep. And I don't remember how long we were running for. It had to be like maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. Like, it was a very, very long time. And he was just like, don't give up. He was like, if you stop running, you giving up on the life that you want. And I think it was about like 5 people that gave up. And Larry came around me like 5 times. I did not stop running. Out of the 10, 15 minutes, I can't remember, that we were running for, I did not stop. Okay, I did not stop. They would give us breaks, like we'd run, and he'd be like, stop, and then you had to do like a little jog. But I did not give up, baby, because I'm like, what? Larry was literally like, he was just watching. and watching. He's just walking around. And he stood next to me. I'm like, and I'm running. I'm running. I'm like, oh, he already said it's okay, so I'm not gonna let you down. I'm so stupid, y'all. So I'm running. Okay, so after that, then we had to get into the routine. They are so goofy, yo, which I already knew, but they are very, very goofy. They're like goofy giants. So they had to split the class up in two, which I've seen in their previous videos. And they're like left or right. I was right in the middle. I'm like, right. And then they was like, bro, you too much. Just pick one. I'm like, right. So I went to Lowe's team. And oh my gosh, Lowe's routine was very, very hard for me. I think if I went on Larry's team, I would have got it more, because Larry movement is more like technical. It's like boom, ka, ka, boom, ka, ka. Like it's It's right, hit it, hit every beat. Lowe's routine was very, his initial routine, he had to switch it up for us because he saw like we were struggling a little bit. The way that Lowe dance, he's very expressive. Like he doesn't have any rules. Both of them don't have any rules, right? They can adapt to one another, but his type of movement, he can literally jump into a split. Like he can literally do like ballerina movements. He can literally, there's just no rules. He can do whatever he wants. His movements are very, very like expressive. So he had to switch it up. He knew because he saw the looks on our faces. He was like, y'all thought we was going to be doing this, just this, and 1, 2. On 1, 2, he was like, nope. But I expected that though, because I'm like, I really wanted to see them dance and I wanted to participate. You know, I didn't go sit down. Like, sit down for what? I'm a whole upcoming dancer out here, right? So he was teaching us the movements, and the way that he teaches his routines is just like it is in the videos. He's like, we're gonna go and then and then and then So it was just so goofy. He made us feel like a family, because we huddled together. He was just like, guys, I'm gonna need you guys to stop being shy. Being shy is a waste of time. And he kept repeating that. He was like, being shy is a waste of time. I don't want you guys to be shy with me. And he's just like, I know, we're Lestwins, but I don't want you to be shy. And he was just like, they're very observant. He was just like, I can tell majority of you guys are not shy, but you guys are being shy right now. And he looked at me, he looked at other people, and I was like, spot on. So after he said that, and then, you know, we went back into the choreography placement, I did loosen up. A lot of people did, because he was just like, even if you don't remember the moves, he was like, I still want you to do something. And that is true. That's something that I've learned from other choreographers that, you know, have been through what I'm going through right now. They're just like, don't just like be like stuck and, you know, look lost. Like, just still, you know, do a little And he was teaching us tips on how to improvise. And one thing he was saying is just what I just did. Like, when you hear a beat, just, you know, like, just vibe. Because if you just, there's a difference between you doing this, I know my camera's shaking, like, just doing that versus just doing this, you know, or, you know, making faces like that. So he was really telling us to, you know, just keep going. It sounds cliche, but you have to keep going. When we were going through the second half of the routine, that was the first half, we were getting lost. Then we started to pick it up a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm getting it. So there's this one movement in particular, you know, where we just kind of like have to be like, with our face, right? So he wanted us to literally be like, and, you know, like make an aggressive face, like, just like that, And when I did it, he turned around. He was like, you have a beautiful face. I was like, That's what I put in my caption. I put pretty face, but he said beautiful face. He was like, you got a beautiful face, with his accent. He was like, I love it. Just like that. He was like, I love it. I was just like, no, seriously, I was just like, oh, okay. Like, I didn't know what to say. When I tell you, listen, don't laugh at me. Everybody was acting the same. I'm telling you, like, because we're all dancers and we looking at them like little babies. Like, I'm just like, whoa. Like, listen, when it came to like speaking and stuff, I was very much like nervous, but actually dancing, I pushed myself, you know, I was going full out, especially with the face. He liked that. He was like, yeah, beautiful face. So we had to do another movement with our face, same thing. And I did it, and he turned around, he was just like, yes, it's sexy. I was like, like, one thing about him, he's gonna compliment you, like, everything that we did, which I really love, because it was literally breaking down the nerves. Like, you know, if you did something, he's like, yeah. If you did something, he was like, yeah, I see you. There's this little girl in the front row. Everything that she was doing, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm just so happy. Everything that the little girl was doing, he was just like picking her up, twirling her around. He was like, yes, I love it. And honestly, I think, you know, they started to really do that because they seen how nervous we are. And as they kept doing that, as they kept complimenting us, yo, we went from being so shy to just being like outgoing again, like our true selves. Like, everybody's personality started to come out. And yes, you know, especially me, I stumbled upon some moves because, you know, like I said, it's been a minute since I've done hip hop. So I was really trying to, you know, just do certain things. And, you know, they were giving us constructive criticism. My constructive criticism is something that I've been working on. Basically, when I dance hip hop, I need to tap into my masculine energy, because I dance too, like, you know, like too pretty. And I know that because I'm a girly girl. So when I need to dance hip hop, I need to put that to the side and be more like a ninja, you know, like be more like, you know how he would say it, like, So that was my constructive criticism. Some other people, he was like, you know, you guys are giving up too easily. Another thing that he said he didn't like with other people, he was like, don't like be off 5% with this move, and then when a favorite move you love coming up, like there was like a little Dougie in the move. I mean, there's like a little Dougie in the routine. There's one girl, you know, she was just like, and then when the Dougie came on, she was like going all out, like, and he was just like, don't do that. He was like, I hate when dancers do that. He was like, no, don't go all out on your favorite move. He was like, go all out on all the moves. And that's something that I needed to hear. That's something that I needed to hear, because sometimes I have that habit too. It's like when you don't really like a move like that, you're just trying to get through it versus actually going all out on all the moves. So that was something that I needed to really think about as well, because I'm like, oh dang, I be doing that sometimes. I didn't even realize that. So then it was time to record. I'm glad, you know, I said in the beginning that they didn't really want anybody to record while we're doing the workshop. Before and after, that's fine. But during the workshop, I understand, because when I think about it, hip hop isn't, you know, my best genre to dance to. Like, I could dance to hip hop, don't get me wrong, I can learn a hip hop routine, but is it my go-to? Not anymore, you know. So, but I'm gonna work on that. So if someone were to record me dancing, I'd look and feel some type of way, because I'm gonna look like I don't know what I'm doing. So I kind of understand why they did that. It makes sense. Like, it makes perfect sense. So I'm happy that they enforced that. So, you know, they recorded themselves dancing. They did their own routine. Larry's team was really good. Like I said, Larry's routine was really, really technical and good. I'm like, dang. I think it's kind of good that I didn't go with what I'm familiar with, you know. I went with the other brother, his routines. He said it himself. He was like, listen, my routines are different. And that routine sure is different. But I'm going to perfect it. I'm going to add my own little flavor to it. And I'm going to make a TikTok, definitely. Now let's get into some of the quotes. Oh my God. So They said so many gems. Like, so when he said being shy is a waste of time, I felt that. I seriously felt that, because I used to be a shy kid growing up. Like, so freaking shy. You did not hear nothing come out my mouth, okay? I was so dang shy. But coming out of being shy is the most beautiful thing ever. Like, we don't talk about that enough. Like, when you're just so shy and then you grow up to just be this most outgoing person ever, it's just so beautiful. And I'm glad that he really reminded us that, because although I'm not a shy person, we were being shy there. I was being shy in the beginning. And I'm glad he called us out. He was like, y'all need to stop being shy. Y'all not shy. He was like, you guys are not shy. Don't be shy with me. Literally, like, I could not get the steps until he started saying, stop being shy. And then it's like, boom, out of nowhere, I'm starting to remember what to do, and I'm improvising and all that stuff. So I needed that challenge. I personally feel like it wouldn't have been the same if I went with someone, because I wouldn't get to really get that personal and intimate feeling that I did, because this is my dance journey. Not saying I won't go with people, but I feel like for this event in particular, it was something for me to experience by myself. Like, I didn't need to go with anybody, if you get what I'm saying. Like, for certain events, I feel like I can go by myself and I can enjoy myself and I can network, I can meet people. You're going to get overlooked if you're too humble. I always agree when someone says this. And when he said this, it took me back to when someone literally, I've had a few people tell me, I need to be more humble. I need to be this. I need to be that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe that you need to be humble in order to be successful. Especially in this field that I'm in, content creating, dancing, all this stuff, modeling, fashion. If you are too humble, you will seriously get overlooked. Like, I've been there before where, I'm trying to be, I'm trying to not to show off too much. No, I feel like in this day and age, you need to be that girl. You need to be the light in the room. You need to show people, hey, I am that girl. I am this person. This is what I know how to do. I'm not saying be boastful about it like every 5 minutes, but don't be so timid to the point where people don't even know who you are. Like, I've been there before, like a few years ago. Like, I didn't want to show off, or, if I'm in the appropriate conversation, I would just kind of like be quiet and, not say too much. No, like, you need to show people you are that girl. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of your talent and what you can do, because y'all, and then you gonna go home and you're gonna be like, dang, I should have said this. I should have said that. I should have said this. So when he said that and he started explaining that they had to get out of that as well, them coming from the hood in Paris, because like we always think, people who haven't been to France and America, we think Paris is just full of bright lights and romance. Like, no, they literally were part of the hood in Paris, France. Like, so when he said that, man, I really, really, really was like, whoa. I started just thinking everything they were saying. I was like, oh my gosh, that's me. When you move like the greatest, you will become the greatest. When I tell you, just gems, just straight gems that they were saying how they did not wait for people to tell them that they're the greatest. They were saying they didn't wait for people to tell them they're the greatest. They already knew. They already knew that they were the greatest. They did not wait until someone said, y'all the greatest. Literally, they're 34 years old. So, like 25, 20 years ago, when they started getting to like 15, 17, I can't really remember, but they said that, they were teens, getting into their 20s. People was looking at them crazy when they said they're the greatest. And now fast forward to now what they're doing right now. And they said it's just the beginning for them. People were saying, oh, y'all the greatest. The same people who looked at them crazy was just like, oh, y'all the greatest. So I don't know, when they just said things like that, it just had me really thinking, because I have said these things about myself. I always said, like, I'm gonna be a star. Even when you know, sometimes my mental health gets the best of me and I start having imposter syndrome and I start thinking like maybe I'm thinking too much. Like, I've literally said, like, I'm gonna be somebody someday, even if it's just from, bro, I'm gonna be somebody. And even if it's just from, I know it's gonna be from dancing, modeling, fashion, YouTuber, y'all gonna know me from something. I don't know what's it gonna be. It's probably gonna be all the above, but I just know that I'm gonna be a star. I'm gonna make it, because I just feel like God would not put me in this world. He'd give me all these resources for me not to fight for, just to fight to be financially stable. Like, that is the ultimate goal. Like, what? That is the ultimate goal, okay? Hustle until you can't hustle no more. I felt this with, bro, hustle. I always tell people hard work pays off. Of course, don't hustle to the point where you can't function, but if you don't work hard, how are you going to get to where you're supposed to be? People always ask me, how'd you get this? How'd you get that? How'd you get this? How'd you manage to have people do this? Like, bro, working hard really sets the tone. You have to work hard in order to get somewhere. Everyone starts at zero, okay? Everyone starts at zero. Everyone starts below. You don't just blow up in an hour. Like, it takes time. Like, yes, you could blow up, but even still keeping that momentum takes time. If you can't dance mentally, you can't dance at all. I've learned that. I've learned that because I've been through that, where I've been so deep into my head that I can't even dance. Like, there's times where I feel like I can't dance mentally because I'm not here mentally. So when he said these things, I was like, can they get out of my head? Everything that they were talking about, I was like, oh my gosh, I've been through that. Oh my gosh. Another one is when you quit, you're quitting yourself. You're telling yourself you can't do anything. I've told people that who've asked me questions about just content creating and life in general. How are you supposed to succeed if you don't even try? I feel like for me, if you don't even try, you're quitting yourself. But if you try and say you don't succeed, at least you can say that you tried. And you just try to do something in life. There's too many people that they look at something or they have an idea and they're like, oh, that's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Says who? Says who? I've been applying this to my mindset. Too many of us have grown up with people who told us that we can't do things in life. Or little do we know, we're surrounded by people who tell us that we can't do something. I be asking people, tell me this, would you switch places with that person who told you that you can't do this? 9 times out of 10, people are going to say no. And I had to apply that to myself. Like, I've had so many people tell me, I can't do this. You can't do that. Oh, you need to do this. You need to do that. Who are you to tell me what I need to do with my life? If you're not God, if you're not my mother, not my parents, I feel like, listen, I don't need to be listening to nobody. There's a difference between giving someone advice, constructive criticism, advice. If it's a situation that's really, really bad, that's different. But if you have ideas, dreams, goals in life, and you have someone constantly telling you that you can't do this, you can't do that, listen, you need to get out of that ASAP. You need new people. You need to surround yourself around people who's going to push you. And I'm not talking about outrageous stuff like climbing up trees and jumping on the ground. I mean, like, actual legit ideas and plans that you have, business plans, content creating a brand, just creating something for yourself, generational wealth. And you have people telling you, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, and they're not trying to support you or whatever. That's not your target audience, first of all. So when it comes to support, that's a different topic. But I mean, generally, if you're surrounded by people who are telling you that you can't do something, you need to get new people. Stop waiting on people to tell you what you can do also as well. That's what I had to learn. Stop waiting for that validation. When you wait for validation, you just set yourself back 10 steps, bro. So that's one thing that they were talking about. And I was just really so, oh my gosh. One thing about me, I love deep conversations, y'all. I love deep conversations. Another thing that they were talking about is just manifesting. So, thinking that you're going to be famous, you telling yourself you're going to be famous, you telling yourself you're going to be great, you telling yourself that you're the best, keep thinking like that. I used to think I was crazy when a lot of people used to be like, oh, you think you're going to be famous? Especially to this day. When I made my YouTube channel, one of the first things that he was talking about was like, oh, you think you're going to be famous? I'm like, hell yeah. Somebody going to know who I am. And it's just things like that. Like, you have to keep telling yourself, you're going to be a star. You're going to be great. You're going to have this. You're going to have that. Like, you have to literally affirm yourself. You have to have these affirmations. You got to have these mottos, these mantras. You have to keep telling yourself, you're going to be great. You're going to be great. You're going to be great. And then you can even say, I'm going to be great. I'm going to be great. I am this. I feel like this. I think like this. I am this. Like, you really have to get deep into that. Because if you constantly tell yourself, I can't do this, I'm stupid, like seriously telling yourself, I'm so dumb, I'm this. There's times where I might do something, if I mess something up, I'll be like, man, why would I do that? I'm so this. I stop myself so quick. I'll be like, nope. Because the power of the tongue is real. You guys have to be careful about what you put out in the world and how you talk about yourself, how you talk to yourself. Is something that is really, really serious. So that's one thing that they were talking about. It's really a mindset thing. Honestly, I'm just glad that I talk about positivity, positive vibes on my channel, because that's a reflection of me. I just always wanted a community of supporters. I always wanted to be a YouTuber, a content creator, a dancer, fashionista. There's just so much under my name, huh? A mouthful. I always just wanted to be an artist just full of great things, always promote positivity. I really appreciate everyone who tunes into my videos, because I know we've been uploading consistently over here. We just needed to go to this workshop alone. I'm just so proud of me, because the growth, y'all. I would have never went to this workshop by myself. Like, what? Me going to the workshop alone, I would have never did, because I did not think as a kid I was gonna come up to be this most confident person. And I'm so proud of me, you know. Like, after the workshop, I was so emotional. You know, posting the pictures, I had so many people tell me, like, you know, I love this for you. Like, someone literally cried for me. I was crying too, because it was like, I've come so far. Like, my story is so interesting. I always said I think I want to write a book. Like, I'm gonna write a whole book, because like my life is pretty much a movie. Yeah, you can hear my voice. Like, I'm just so happy, just whirlwind of emotions. Very, like, I'm just so happy that I'm getting this far to say that, hey, I went to the meet and greet. You know, that's something people wouldn't have done. They would have been like, oh, I'm not doing that. They just like celebrities. Like, I didn't think about it like that. Like, they literally talk to the supporters like, oh, like, hey, how you doing? I haven't seen you since this. I'm like, I'm just happy, y'all. I'm happy. I'm getting emotional, y'all. That's all from my notes. Yeah, so if you're an upcoming dancer or just creator, you support them, I honestly say go to their workshop. They are worth it. I'm glad I went. I'm glad I didn't listen to anybody who would have said, like, no, I wouldn't do it. You know, I had to realize that this is my journey. That's why I literally told people. This is my journey. I don't want anybody to make me feel like I can't do this, I shouldn't do this. It was worth it. Don't give up on your childhood dreams, y'all. Just keep pushing. I'm glad that I'm taking y'all with me. And yeah. And y'all could tell who's my favorite twin. Definitely a Larry girl. Alright, y'all, that is all for the video. I hope you made it to the end of this video. I know it was long. I had to make it up to y'all with the story time. Couldn't get any clips, but I'm done talking. I'm done rambling. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to your girl. Please follow me on all socials, Betty Infinite, Real Betty Lifestyle, TikTok, all that stuff. Everything's linked down below. Keep up with my fashion hauls, my dance videos, my vlogs, and my reactions. Yeah. All right, Betty crew, Real Betty out. Bye.